Hello, my name is Leen and I'm founder and CEO of LucidWeb. Today I'm going to do a presentation following the product launches of two VR galleries the past few weeks. So I'm going to give you a bit of background on the technology and as well show the solutions that we have rolled out both for Electric Africa and for the Geneva International Film Festival. Let me start by sharing my screen. So you will see the presentation now popping up. So basically the technology that is powering both solutions is called WebXR. WebXR is a combination of WebVR and WebAR. So of course, if you're using the browser or the web to showcase virtual reality content, it's called WebVR. If you're using the browser to showcase augmented reality content, it's called WebAR. So as a technology, we have been pioneering in the field of democratizing the access to both pieces of media. So in case your journey starts from a mobile, then of course a 360 video becomes available by one click. So you don't have to download an app from a store, making sure that you still have enough space on your phone. You can actually just click the video and it should start to play in a magic window mode. In terms of AR, it's the same principle. You don't have to download an app from a store. You don't have to take out any apps, existing apps on your phone. You can immediately go to the AR experience, in this case, showcasing a certain virtual object into your space. So in terms of devices, we basically look at browsers. So we look at the Chrome browser, the Safari browser, the Firefox browser, and try to optimize the experience across these browsers. The platform that we have set up to showcase this technology, and it's kind of a self-serving platform, is called LucidWeb Pro. Today, fully focused on WebVR. So although we're doing a lot of work in the WebAR space, I think it's key to understand that the platform today is focused on 360 video or VR content, making that available on 3 devices. So we always talk about desktop, mobile, and the VR headsets. People think assume when people talk about WebVR, it's basically showcasing 360 video on a desktop or a mobile. So for us, it's not the case. We really look at how the experience would work in the headset as well. The self-serving platform, is very non-technical, so really focused on people without any coding experience to have access to distribution as well. So you upload basically your content to the platform, you do some basic annotations like adding your logo, customizing the look and feel of the player, adding hotspots or portals if you want to link scenes to each other. And then the magic happens when you kind of export this towards one URL. And this URL basically works across platforms. So the presentation today is really focused on a recent product. It's a product that actually followed the request coming from the market. So the product is basically a content hub for 360 content. So if you have a library of content available and previously you made available, for example, in an app on Android, an app on iOS, or an app in HTC 5, you already have a lot of existing content, but it was only available in that one specific app. What we do is we repurpose your content, or we enable your new content to become available via the browser on each of the devices that I just specified. The 2 festivals that we have successfully delivered galleries for the first one is Electric Africa. It's an NGO based in South Africa. They have regularly a lab running. They have artists from the continent coming physically to the event. And this year, of course, with COVID happening, they reached out to translate their selection of this year in VR art storytelling to a completely fully online experience. So for them, accessibility is key, and also quite different with, for example, a festival running in Europe. So for them, it was really key to have a very stable mobile offering via the browser. Next to that, a stable offering via the browser on desktop, and then as well, of course, making it available for the VR headset, taking into consideration that relatively less people have access to more expensive hardware. So as for device browsers, we always look at the WebXR API and which browsers are basically compatible to the most recent updates of that API. So the browser is open source per definition and is managed by the W3C. There's a special group in the W3C looking at the specifications of running VR and AR via the web, and it's called the Immersive Working Group. LucidWeb is also part of that group, next to a lot of browser vendors and a lot of the bigger players in the market focusing on democratizing content and content via the browser. So one of the big advantages as well is that if you don't have to work with the browser, is that you also don't have to pass by any content source. So if you're a publisher and you want to monetize it, for example, the content, then you also don't have to do a profit split with the content store owner. In case of, for example, Oculus. For Facebook, it's 30%. Same thing for iTunes, for example. But there is one big disadvantage about using the web is that you're completely depending on the browser performance in case of you're completely dependent on the hardware basically powering this browser in terms of performance, and at the same time as well the internet connection available. We do have adaptive streaming active, meaning that the resolution will increase depending on the internet connection while you're streaming, but still if the internet connection is quite low, then the whole experience will be less optimal. So yes, Electric Africa, this is how the experience looked on a desktop. So basically you have different categories on the left, and then you had a thumbnail giving you access to the experience on the right. When you click to one of the thumbnails, you end up in a description page. This description page gives you more information related to the piece, the credits, how long it lasts, of course, more information on the topic of the experience, and then quite central, start experience. So here it is quite key. Our technology will recognize which device basically asks for streaming the content, and also then the complete experience will adapt to the device and the browser streaming the content. So once you click play, then our player recognizes the device. You see the player is branded for the festival specifically, the experience title, and then the control buttons. I included some recordings just to understand better the different navigations. So this is a recording from a desktop. So here you use the mouse or the touchpad on your laptop to navigate the gallery. This is the description page. And then in the next step, you have start experience. What is really remarkable is that a lot of people don't immediately see it's a 360 player. So we're going to add a little navigation icon. A lot of people just take a step back and relax and enjoy the content. So of course it's 360 content. It's super interactive, meaning it's only going to give you different images if you basically interact with the content. So yes, just going to the next recording. So this is a recording done on a phone. So you immediately see that the UX UI is different. It's vertical scrolling of the different pieces. So we really made sure that a desktop website looked optimal on a mobile. And again, here, once you click play or start experience, technology knows you're on a mobile. So it's going to, the 360 is going to adapt, meaning that you have a portrait view and you can look around with your phone or use touch, or you can use the landscape mode as well. And then third but not least, like I mentioned, quite key for our offering is to also enable accessibility in the headset browser. So this is a recording of an Oculus Quest 2. Oculus Quest 1 works, HTC 5, Oculus Rift. So all these instructions are available on our website, lucidweb.io/instructions, where you can find a list of the devices that we support and how to basically as well access them. So for example, for the Oculus Quest 2, a lot of people don't even know in the industry that you have a browser. So it's tucked away like an app. Just select the browser app. It pops up like you see it here. And then you have to, with the controllers, type in the URL. So all our clients, we advise to have a URL as short as possible for the gallery, or to have a very accessible button on the home page so you can easily click through with your controller to the media gallery or the VR experience. So here you will see the video starts to play immediately. What I do is select the VR goggles icon, because of course you can watch the whole experience in 2D in a browser in VR, but that would not be, of course, the optimal immersive experience. So immediately you will see that here I go for the VR goggles icon, I click on it, you see that the browser shifts from a 2D viewing experience to a 3D viewing experience. So the whole experience is adapted to a 3D environment. You can use the controllers of the Quest to navigate, and then again, of course, start experience, where this recording immediately, of course, is completely 360. So the piece you're seeing here is one of my favorite pieces that was shown or selected by Electric Africa. It's called Farange. And you will, after the introduction, the music starts to play. It's really beautiful experience.
You were the soundtrack of my childhood.
I will stop the share for a minute. I'm going to quickly bring up the player that is currently still active of the Geneva International Film Festival, and I'm going to just showcase live the experience. So the Electric Africa player already is offline. It was also geo-blocked for Africa only. The Geneva International Film Festival player is available till tonight. That's why I was also like, okay, let's quickly demo it and record it, because unfortunately, yes, with content that is available in a certain window of time, we cannot, or the film festival cannot allow everyone to continuously fall back on the cinematic content, which is of course a shame, because it's high quality content, and in an ideal scenario there is a way for an audience to have access to this amazing content, even of course powered by a payment wall, which would also be possible technically because you're working in the web. So monetization is definitely not a problem if you're working with a web-based gallery solution. What I want to showcase now is that even though I'm doing a Zoom recording, so it takes quite a bit of performance for my internet connection, that I can also still do a high quality streaming experience. So what you will see is that because of the adaptive streaming, which I will show, you will see that the resolution will increase while I'm actually talking. So here we have again the description page. Then I start the experience. Just for you, for a better experience in the recording, I'm just canceling the sound. You will see that now the streaming, it went from 2048 and it immediately jumped to 4096. So again, this is a very beautiful experience, Hominidai, that I also would recommend everyone to have a look at. So again, this is our player. Again, the adaptive streaming is now at the maximum. So basically how it works is that we ask the content creators to provide us in the video format in the highest resolution possible. So if it's if it's available in a higher resolution, then of course we'll make it available in a higher resolution in case the internet connection of the person allows it to. I'm just going to go back. So if the internet connection allows it to, then we also can, of course, increase the resolution. So in the case that the content creator doesn't give us a 4K format, we will also not be able to show a 4K format. So I think that is really key to what we do is, of course, we also want to, as a distributor, as a technology platform, we wish to showcase the technology and the content in the best possible way, but we also need to receive the file in the highest resolution. So yes, that's it for me today. I think I just wanted to showcase that quickly. If there's any questions related to both offerings, what the technology can do, what is on our roadmap in terms of new features, when this will become available as on lucidweb.pro, please reach out to me at lane@lucidweb.io, and we'll be happy to plan a call to discuss things with you directly. So thank you very much and have a lovely evening.